Hey everyone, and welcome to day 31 of my horror movie review marathon, and I've got your 31 movie review. A group of people get kidnapped and placed into this game of horror, and they have to race against time to fight against clowns. So, as far as the story goes, this movie, which is directed by Rob Zombie, is yet another horror movie that may cause some controversy, but then again, it may not unless you are a true fan of Rob Zombie. Now, I will say right off the bat that I have seen a lot of Rob Zombie films, and I can understand why maybe some people like his stuff, but I can't understand why people like his stuff as well. This movie is something that, I was expecting it to be kind of like the same formula, like some of his more recent films that I have watched, like Lords of Salem and House of a Thousand Corpses and The Devil's Rejects. And I see how much of a game is clearly being played when it basically feels like The Purge, when you have these average Joes that get taken in by these freaks basically, and they are betting against who is going to be the winner against these people who have clearly no chance of being defeated because they carry all these humongous weapons like chainsaws and knives and all that stuff. I'm just really irritated about this movie, and I feel like this is the first time that I've ever been irritated about a movie this entire month, and that's not including my bad love reviews. There may not be any redeeming qualities about this film. As far as the casting goes, there really isn't much to this cast that I really find attractive or that I care so much about, and I know I should care about the people who are trying to survive, like Sherry Moon Zombie, who is Rob Zombie's wife, who is always featured in his films. And I try to root for her, even though she always seems to play the same sort of role. And here she's playing a victim of this torture game, basically, and this game of survival. I feel like she was the one that, had to be on top, and she's the most recognizable in this movie. And the other actors, I'm sorry, they just can't compete. And they don't really, hold any standard to this film, and I really just don't care about anyone. They're not really likable, and especially all those other, crazy characters with the clown makeup. I mean, hey, we already have issues in this country with people dressed up as clowns trying to scare people, and I don't know what makes that a trend these days, but I'm sorry, it's just gotta stop. And I don't really like seeing that in this movie, even though I like a clown like the Joker, but that is not in here. And there may be people carrying bats. I'm like, okay, I already had to get through watching the season premiere of The Walking Dead with Negan, and that was enough for me. In this, it was a little bit over the top and too much. I'm only going to say one thing. The one thing I liked about this movie was the fact, I got scared, I got grossed out by this movie, and that was just the end for me, which is why the things that I didn't really like about this movie is the fact that it grossed me out too much. It was too much, it was over the top. It's usually a staple in these types of films by Rob Zombie that, everything, you're trying to raise the bar with each film that goes on. But this one, it was just ridiculous. And really, did we have to see that unnecessary sex scene? I'm sorry, not trying to hate, but that was just stupid and pointless. Any of the other scenes with the other people. I also forgot to mention that another reoccurring actor in these films, Malcolm McDowell from Halloween, he's in this, and I'm sorry, I just, found his character to be really stupid and crazy and pathetic, and anyone else that was in here they should have all been taken out. I'm just like, I hated this film. It was 100 minutes long, and every minute was just pure torture. I mean, you talk about all these people who are getting tortured, and in this maze trying to get out. I was tortured just watching this. I wanted it to end. I had to turn away a few times, and that was just enough for me. So overall, I would say that 31 is quite a disappointment, and I honestly have to say it's one of Rob Zombie's worst films. I mean, it can't get any more stupid than that. So I would not recommend seeing this movie to anyone. I don't care if you've seen some of his past films. This one is just one to skip altogether. So I would give this a half heart on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys think of 31. And that was it for my horror movie review marathon. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I will have another one next year. So thanks again, and as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Trailer Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.